Hello everyone, this is One-Eyed Willie. Some C4 owners asked me to make a follow-up video of what other things I've done to my track car. So I wanted to go over those today and hopefully it'll help you out. So starting in the rear, I changed the rotors and calipers to a C5. These are about an inch bigger in diameter, about a half-inch thicker, so they withstand heat and brake a little bit better. Obviously, I also changed everything to steel braided brake lines. Now in the back, I did some general maintenance items. I replaced all of the U-joints on the half shafts. I also replaced all the rear hubs. I was having an issue with the back end drifting when I got on the gas or was in a corner. And so what I also did was replace the batwing bushings. And I also replaced all of the dog bone bushings here. You can see they're greased up very recently. And that really helped the back end to be more stable. I also replaced the flywheel with an aluminum flywheel. And I changed the clutch to a higher performance clutch that has friction material on just half of the area so that it engages harder. I didn't go with a ram setup because it's pretty much unnecessary unless you're going to be over 400 horsepower. Under here as well, I also removed the filter and relocated the filter to the front. I'll show you that when we get it back down. So this summer when I turned the car back on, I noticed a leak in the steering rack. So I went ahead and had turn one rebuild that. I also replaced the inner and the outer tie rod ends with Moog ball joints. All of the lower control arm and upper control arm bushings were replaced. I also replaced the ball joints and also replaced the wheel hubs on the front. Now on the front, I changed to EBC rotors. These are what they call a J or an L hook. They seem to work a lot better than using just drilled hole rotors, which seem to crack very quickly. On the front, I'm running Carbotech XP12s. On the rear, I'm running XP10s. I think the XP12s are a little too aggressive. I don't quite get enough heat in them for them to break down sufficiently. I'll probably step down a notch to XP10 in the front and 8s in the back. To let the pad break down a little quicker and hopefully the heat extracts with the pad as it breaks down. So the oil filter relocation comes up into this cooler that I've added in front of the cooler for the power steering. And then it comes back through here to where the filter is located in front of where used to be the headlights, and then it goes back down. And I took out the air compressor and put in a TPIS AC delete pulley. I wasn't very happy with the quality. If you see here, I had to use washers because it wasn't in line with the alternator and the idler pulley. And I also had to shim the pulley, and the pulley was garbage. So I found out what pulley it was and I replaced it. Also, when I turned this on in the spring, I had hardly any brake pedal, so I had to replace the master cylinder. But then I had the same problem that I had previously, and that is that oil was leaking out where the sensor goes. So I just put a 3/8 by 24 bolt in it with a nut to tighten up the threads, and it hasn't leaked since. Now when I brake, it's so powerful that it'll lock up these 295 wides up front. I also relocated the battery where it used to sit here to get weight off of the front left where the fat driver sits. Now to do that, here is the 2-gauge copper. I don't recommend aluminum going in through there. You can't see where it comes in behind the carpet. I did put some adhesive on it to put the carpet back down securely. And then it goes under here, under where the front speaker was. I put a 200 amp circuit breaker, and then now you can see the wire here. I've secured it all the way down behind the seat. It goes down under there. You can see it kind of loop over here, and then it goes in to the spot there. So here's where the battery is relocated. I found out that a 86 class battery has the same cold cranking apps as the original. Obviously it's secured with a tray and also underneath, and also grounded to the frame in the back. And here, fuse 3, it's actually labeled, is the ABS system, and I just unplugged it so that I could learn how to drive without ABS. And up here, to keep the brakes cooler, I cut out this section here, and also up here, and then cut out behind so that hopefully something comes through here. And my brakes now don't fade at all. They stay much, much cooler than they used to. So you can see from the front end how much of the air comes in from the hood, what it looks like here with the hood closed, so the air directs right towards this tire area. So that's about all I've done that I can remember offhand since the last video. Obviously some of these mods you'll not be able to do with a roadworthy car, but they have helped tremendously reduce my track times and make the car more stable and responsive. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks for watching, and God bless.